You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, pet parents. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets on Pet Life Radio. All right, this is for all pet parents that have ever had to deal with putting a tag on your pet's collar. And I would probably think that's very, very many of you. How many of you with dogs, cats, you have the little rabies tag and, pet loss tag? We have the coolest product I've ever seen coming up. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss this.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
At Red Barn, our pet food ingredients work overtime. They aren't just there for show. Dandelion greens work to maintain a healthy digestive system. Salmon oil works to enhance the immune system. Green-lipped mussels work to support joint health. These hard-working ingredients support your dog's active, healthy life. Look at the label. We want you to. Red Barn Naturals Pet Food. Simply the best. Find it in your local pet specialty store. Try our grain-free stews. The only pet food with Red Barn bully sticks.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I have Diane Danforth. She is the VP of Links It. Welcome, Diane.
Thanks, Michelle.
So your product, I got it, I tried it, and I thought, this is so cool. It's one of these ideas that, you think, why didn't I think of something like this? It's very cool how it works. And for everybody listening, basically, on our dogs' collars, sometimes cats, mostly, I think for dogs, wouldn't you say, Diane?
Yes.
You always have a bunch of tags. You have the rabies tag. There's several different types of tags that you can use for pet location. I know a lot of people use chips, but since the average person doesn't have a scanner for a pet chip, they also use a chip and sometimes have an ID collar as well. And these things are always impossible to put on. And Diane and her father, I think it is, correct?
Yes, my father's the inventor.
Okay, well, he came up with a really cool idea because for me, it's every year with those rabies tags. I think I either break a couple fingernails, a pen, and one year I didn't put it on at all and just was frantic because I thought, oh my gosh, what if I get stopped at the dog park or stopped someplace? He doesn't have his rabies tag. But it's just such a great idea. So for everybody out there listening, I'm not always the best with these things. I tend to zoom through the instructions, try to figure it out, and make a mistake. But this time, the instructions are very clear, and it's just very easy to use. And everybody's probably thinking, okay, so what is it? Tell us more about it already. So, Diane, why don't you describe Linksit, like the device and how it works?
Okay. So Linksit is a new kind of pet tag connector. It replaces that metal spiral ring that usually attaches tags to collars that everyone hates. People break their fingernails on those, or they need tools to wedge it open. Sometimes the ring even breaks. So Linksit is secure, safe, easy to use. You can change a tag in seconds without breaking your fingernails or needing tools. And it's also colorful. It comes in 9 colors, so you can accessorize your collars and tags with a Linksit.
It's colorful. I also like how the device works. It's all plastic, but it seems to be a very durable type of plastic.
Yep. DuPont makes the material. It's the same type of material that's used in zippers and buckles, so it's lightweight but really strong. And we had Kansas State University do some testing on the device, and they found that it can hold 60 pounds of force. They also opened and closed it 50,000 times and stopped the test at that point because it was still working. So it's light and compact, but really strong so that tags stay on dogs' collars.
There's a couple things that I really like. First of all, the instructions are very clear. I've had a couple kind of devices on the show that had not quite the same kind of connecting device, but similar. And some of the instructions, and for everybody that's listening out there, all my Pet Life Radio listeners who I love so much, I'm tech savvy. I know how to open and close things. I work a phone, a computer, but I tend to race through instructions. I just want to figure things out. And some things, when you try to figure things out or even follow the instructions, there's pieces, it's just becomes a mess, and at that point I say, I can't handle it anymore. But your instructions on the back of the package are very easy to understand. It's kind of like, it's hard to explain but over the airwaves, but it's just, holding the device, turning it one way, opening it up like a push-pull, and there you have it. It's super easy to use. And I had Mr. Z test it. I said, come here, Mr. Z. And we put it on his collar and, played around with it. I like also that since it is plastic, it's super lightweight. So it doesn't add more weight to collars for Mr. Z's a bigger dog. He's like pushing 50 pounds. But it's great also for, I'm imagining, cats and small dogs too.
Yeah, it weighs less than a gram, so it's great for cats as well as small dogs, but then is still sturdy enough to work for big active dogs.
How did your father come up with the idea?
Well, we're pet lovers and have our own dogs, 3 dogs, Atticus, Marley, and Molly, and every year he would get them a new collar. And so he'd have to move the tags from the old collar to the new collar. And for 3 dogs, you can imagine what a pain that was with that metal ring. He'd hurt his fingers. He'd need to get out the pliers to try to wedge it open. Sometimes the ring would break. So he thought that there must be a better solution to connect tags, but wasn't able to find one. So that's where the idea for Linxit came from. And as we talked to more and more people and explained that with Linxit, we're replacing that metal ring so you can change tags easily, people have all sorts of stories about how much they hate that metal ring.
A lot of people hate that metal ring, and they make the metal rings out of a very, very hard metal, and it's almost impossible to split it. Even if it's a split ring, it either gets bent out of shape or it's so hard you can't open it, even with pliers. And it's important, the rabies tags, even if a lot of people do switch collars and want to switch everything in so many different fashions these days. But even if you're just adding the rabies tag every so often, it's still a pain in the neck to do that. And this is such a cool little device that it just takes all of the hassle and horror of moving, dog tags from the whole process of doing that. It's just so easy. Now, it makes me think too, is there a Linxit for keys for us pet parents? Is there something in the works?
Stay tuned, yeah.
Because that's another thing. Whenever I valet park, I don't like to leave all my keys. I'd prefer to just give them the car key and that's it. Mm-hmm. It's, maybe I'm paranoid or lived in big cities, but that's my thing.
No, so the idea came from the dogs, but you can see that there's a lot of other uses.
Yes. So I think it's a great idea. Now,
Thanks.
With that, are there different sizes of the Linxit?
No, it's one size, and that's on purpose. So as we talked about, for small dogs and cats, it's lightweight and compact, but it's also that size for larger dogs because it keeps their tags close to their neck. Because a lot of the larger dogs will be wrestling with other pets or outdoors, and so the way that it's compact with the lock through the middle of the connector, it keeps things from getting caught in there or keeps dogs from pulling it off each other.
Very clever.
And at the same time, it can still hold 3 or 4 tags. So your ID tag, rabies, microchip, a city license.
So they all fit. Now,
right.
As we're talking, I know people are getting curious. I'm sure on your website you have good visuals of it. I've seen good visuals of it. Where can people go to see more about the tag and how it works?
Our website is linxit.com, links-it.com. And you're right, we have a video on there so people can see how it works and see pictures of the connector. The best way I can describe it is it has a diamond shape with a lock in the middle. So once you put the tags on, you close the lock, and then the tags are securely in place. But then you can reuse it. So when you want to change tags, you open up the lock again and put your new tag on, take your old tag off.
And you did that so much better than I could have. Perfect. Perfect way to describe it. Because
Thanks.
I want everybody listening to know that it's not like the other types of clasps, like, say, that you would find on a leash. It's not like a clasp like that. It's not like
There's
a clasp.
no metal.
Right.
There's no metal, no hooks, no metal rings as part of it. It's a totally new type of high-tech polymer that's shaped as a diamond with a link on the outside and then a lock in the middle.
What I also like is, since there is no device like, the locks that are like a question, that links that are like a question mark that slide open.
Right, the S-hook.
Yeah, kind of like a hook. And once the diamond shape and the lock in the middle is secure, there's no outside piece that can really get jammed so that it opens up.
Right. I mean, we've heard horror stories about that metal ring getting caught on carpet and dogs are stuck on the carpet. Even we've heard of when dogs are playing, it's got caught in another pet's eye. Because Linxit is smooth and a full diamond shape, like you said, with no kind of edges hanging out, it doesn't get caught on things like some of the metal devices do.
It's so clever. Folks, as always, we always have a blurb about the product on Pet Life Radio. Just go to Best Bets for Pets, and there'll be a blurb, a picture of the product, and a link to the site so you get a better visual of it, because this is just such a cool and interesting idea. Now, Diane, does your dad go around inventing all kinds of things? I mean, this is really a cool idea. How did he just...
This was the first. He was actually a banker for about 25 years, but had this idea and got a lot of positive feedback from veterinarians and friends. And then just about a month and a half ago, we launched the second product, which he invented, which is the Poddenify Pet Tag.
Now, how does the pet tag work?
So the Poddenify Pet Tag is an ID tag, but it's not made of metal, so it's also made of a high-tech polymer, and it has advantages that metal tags don't. So it's really easy to read. It has a white back with the ID information in a bold black font, so you can actually read it from several feet away, where oftentimes with the metal engraved tags, you have to put them really close to your eyes and tilt them at just the right angle so you can read them. That's not the case with Poddenify. It's very easy to read. Also, because it's not made of metal, it doesn't jingle, so you don't get that annoying noise. And it's durable. The design and text are infused deep into the material, so they won't wear away over time. And then, like Linxit, we think that it's fun. It's very colorful. We have over 100 different designs, everything from bones, hearts, bow ties, fish, seasonal designs. Like right now we have jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons and a boo for Halloween. So you can accessorize with your Poddenify tag and then attach it easily to your collar with Linxit.
What a great idea. I see a new kind of collar in your dad's future. That would be the next way to go. And,
right.
And okay, no offense against bankers, but I usually don't think of them as the most creative folks out there. No offense. You guys are brilliant. No. You're bankers, but they're working with
alone.
Numbers, and it's not
right.
It's not like it's the most creative field. And back in the day I dated an accountant, so I know bankers, accountants, they're very it's money. It's all about, it's not too creative of a field. So this is just, wow. It's so exciting that your dad came up with this.
Yeah, he recognized that there was a real need for it. He hated that ring so much, and other people did too. So there was a need for it. So then we put together a team with some other more creative people to help with the designs and the website.
Now, where can everybody listening find Linxit?
You can find both Linxit and Poddenify on our website, either linxit.com or poddenify.com.
Okay, and as far as, are there store locators on your websites?
Yes, we have a store locator on our site, and we have a select number of veterinarians and retailers that carry the products.
Okay, wonderful. So, Diane, I know another thing about Linxit, and Poddenify, which makes us all happy, is that I believe they're both made in the USA?
That's right. Both Linxit and Poddenify are entirely made in the USA, which we're very proud of. We feel that both products are a high quality, and we also have a lifetime guarantee for both.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for sending the sample. Mr. Z loves wearing it, and I love that I don't have to go through torture to change his tags anymore. I'm so happy. And thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets.
Thank you, Michelle.
Wow, what a cool product. For everyone listening, it's called Lynxit. Mr. Z tested it. He loved it. He didn't even know it was there, which means it's a great product if he doesn't know it was there, because for a big dude, he's sensitive. He feels and knows everything, and it is so hard to change the tags on his collar because his collars are bigger because he's a bigger dog. So I loved using Lynxit. There's more information on Pet Life Radio. Just go under the Best Bets for Pet tab and look for the show for Lynxit. And there'll be a picture of the product and a link to their website. I'd like to thank Mr. Z for being my main tester. He did a great job. And Mark Winter for making me and my guests sound good, and my guest Diane Danforth, who did a great job in describing Lynxit. What a cool product. And thanks to her dad for inventing it. I think this is one of those things where you go, geez, why didn't I think of that? This is so cool. And lastly, but most importantly, thank you to everyone listening. I appreciate all my pet parents and soon-to-be pet parents and lovers of pets and everyone out there listening. I so appreciate it. Keep listening. We have a lot more cool products coming up.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
Do you know that moment when your dirty dog's about to jump in your nice, clean car? You can avoid all the cleanup and mess with a 4K9 seat cover. 4K9s makes heavy-duty seat covers and cargo liners that will blend seamlessly with the interior of your vehicle. You can find us at 4K9s.com, that's the number 4, KNINES.com, or on Amazon.com. 4K9s makes nothing but the best for your best friend.
It's designerpetsweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, this is a fantastic segment for anyone that has a pet in their home. It's something that's important to all of us pet parents. You're going to want to hear about this. It's important, and it's important for your health and even your animal's health. I'd like to introduce Carlos Duarte. He is the head of development of Airfree products. Welcome, Carlos.
Okay, hi. Very nice talking to you.
Nice to have you on the show. Now, for everybody that's listening, and after that intro, they're probably thinking, what kind of product is this? Let's just on a general basis, what are Airfree products?
Okay, Airfree products are air sterilizers. The inventor of this technology, which is called TSS, had a son that had allergies, which were caused by dust mites and mold. So after trying many options in the market, he decided to do it the old way by, like in the old times, people used to boil water to get rid of germs. So he decided to boil air, which this new technology does, by heating the air at a certain high temperature, about 400, 450 Fahrenheit, then cool it back and release the air, which is practically sterilized. By doing that, you avoid mold. And, you kill allergens like dust mite allergens. But since we're talking about pets, I got two very nice dogs at home. And, they can breathe much better. And the allergens from like pet dander, also Airfree takes care of them. So We have cases I'm in Europe today, so you can, from France, we hear cat owners saying that the cats now stay and sleep where the Airfree is placed.
Okay, so kind of in a general term, Airfree products are basically products that help reduce the allergens and dust mites and dander and so forth that are in the air that we breathe.
Correct.
Okay, now the importance I know for pet parents is there's a lot of pet parents that have different allergies and, some have, I don't know that if you have an extensive allergy to, say, cats, which is kind of common, that the Airfree product will completely do away with it, but could it minimize it?
Yes. This is not a cure for any disease, but what happens is it destroys what causes asthma, which is a main issue on cats. So that's what it does. If you're allergic to shrimps, you don't eat shrimps. If you're allergic to something in the air, you cannot choose what you're going to breathe. So, Airfree just kills what really will cause the allergy or asthma on cats, as we mentioned, cats.
In my intro, I know that the importance it is for pet parents, but this can help our pets as well because reducing all the dust and so forth in the air, can't it?
Yes, what happens is people that are allergic to cats or dogs or their own pets, whatever pets are, they're allergic to, pet dander, as I said before. Cats also, dogs also cause some other types of allergy. That, of course, affects the pet parents. The Airfree will take care of it. If you have an Airfree at home, you won't see mold develop. So that's one of the things that pets like, and of course pet owners too.
I have the sample, and what I really like about it is a lot of air. This is a generalized term, but it's more than an air purifier. But in most types of these products, you have a filter that you have to take in and take out, find the filter to get, and sometimes they're almost like half as much as the product. They're super expensive, and what I like about the Airfree product is there is no filter.
Yes, the patent system is a ceramic core that just uses heat to destroy, whatever's in the air. Since what really affects us at home and indoors are microorganisms. Whenever they get sterilized or incinerated, the residues are tiny portions of a microscopic matter. So it cleans itself, the heat with the air coming up and coming up on that ceramic core. It goes over and glues inside the product and never comes out. So the beauty of the system is that it doesn't get clogged. It just works beautifully, silently. There's absolutely no sound because it works with air convection. So you have no maintenance, and it's built to last 10 years at least.
Well, I think it's a great value, and I love that everything is all included because sometimes I know for certain products it can be difficult to find certain filters and parts. Even for at the studio, we have a strange air conditioner, and to find the filter, we have to special order, and that's just an air conditioner. So now, what about the purpose as far as for, I know that it also plays some effect in preventing smells.
Yes, organic smells, yes. Everything that's organic and we can destroy with heat will take care of it. It's that kind of smell. We have a case in Louisiana, a place called Humus House, which is an historic building. The owner has 2 dogs, and they have some swamps around. So the dogs, Labradors, they love to swim. And then they would come back to the home, to the house wet. So that house, according to the owner, had some wet dog smell, which is not very nice. So he bought some of the Airfrees, and he's very happy because, by the way, this house is open to the public. So now he can show it with no dog smell.
I think it could be very useful because, there's, all of us pet parents, I think there's a good percentage of us that our house just has, that animal smell. And we don't realize it because when we're in the home, we don't realize it. But when people come over, there's kind of like that scent. And there's a lot of, scented products out there in the market, but they mask the scent. They don't really destroy it. As far as I understand, it destroys the odor.
Yes. Well, of course, this is not miraculous. If the smell is already very impregnated on sofas or, there's not much Airfree can do. But of course, the air will feel much lighter. Now, if you have a mild smell at home from cats usually, or even dogs, but usually more cats, that will just get away. But again, you have to, take all precautions and clean the house, of course.
So where can people that, are listening and thinking, wow, this seems like a great product for me to, get and try, and where can people find Airfree products?
Okay, I believe the best way would be to go to our website, airfree.com. There's a list of places where Airfree can be bought.
Okay, perfect. Now, this is the time. I mean, you have a very straightforward product, and, it just does what it says it's going to do, and I think it works great. So, Carlos, there's a lot of products out there, some better than most, that talk about how they can clean the air and so forth. And Airfree products has kind of a unique warranty/guarantee, if you will. Tell our listeners about that.
Well, we're very proud of having a product that for every single claim we have and we make on our products, we have independent testing worldwide proving that same claim. That includes mold, bacteria, viruses, and ozone reduction. So we are very happy with, and probably one of the only manufacturers that offer independent testing in real life conditions, not in small cubes or anything, made to achieve good results. Airfree has tests with people in and out with air conditioning on, showing that we have a reduction on bacteria and fungi or molds between 70 to 90%.
Well, that's wonderful, and I really like that the tests are done in natural environments versus in just a scientific secluded area, because that's where the products are used, in natural environments like your home or your office or, bedroom or closet, bathroom.
Right. I mean, our test, the volume of air or the room capacity that we claim to our product. So if we claim our product is good for 400 square feet, okay, we're going to make a test with people in and out, 400 square feet room, not in a 1 cubic meter showcase,
Oh, it's wonderful. And people can find the product on airfree.com, correct?
Airfree.com.
Thank you, Carlos, so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets and talking about Airfree products. You've given us a wealth of knowledge on how your product can improve our health, our pets' health. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and, enjoy your Airfree.
I'd like to thank my test crew, Nikki, Mr. Z, and the Dennis, for just being themselves and letting me try out the Airfree product. It really made a difference in the odor control. And I have allergies, like a lot of allergies. I try to just blow them off because I'm having animals no matter what. But I noticed a big difference in how I'm less sniffly and I wake up less stuffy. So I really like the Airfree product. And I would recommend checking out the website. As always, you can go to PetLifeRadio.com, go to Best Bets for Pets, and you'll just go ahead and look through the shows. It should be, if you listen to it very soon, it'll be near the top. Or you can just do a search on the site for Airfree, and it'll come up, and there'll be a link to the site as well as a picture of the product. It's a nice small product. It's you just plug it in, it goes. It's very user friendly, and the animals didn't mind it at all. It had no effect on them whatsoever. So really great product. I'd also like to thank my producer Mark Winter for making me and my guests sound great. He is an awesome producer, and he does a great job of editing. That's why our podcasts always sound fabulous. And I'd like to thank all of the pet parents that are listening. Come back soon for some more great shows.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.